And members of boards.
Yeah.
Wait a second. AC should be filled in that. Let's see.
Welcome
Yeah.
to January 10th, 2011 City Commission meeting. Would you please stand and join in pledge allegiance to the flag? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. City Clerk Dave Blue, would you please do roll call?
Yes, Your Honor. Commissioner Nemi,
Here.
Commissioner St. Ange,
Here.
Commissioner Ryan,
Here.
Commissioner Snyder,
Here.
Commissioner Stonehouse,
Here.
Mayor Kivala, and Mayor Pro Tem DePietro.
Here. Mayor Kivala is out of office today, so I would like to ask for a motion by Commissioner Stonehouse.
I move to excuse Commissioner Kivala from tonight's meeting as he is out of town.
Thank you. Commissioner Ryan.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Commissioner Stonehouse, any further?
Nothing further, thank you.
Commissioner Ryan?
No,
Any other commissioner? Seeing none, I'll ask a question. All in favor say yes.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Is there any changes to the agenda tonight? Seeing no changes, is there a motion by Commissioner Ryan?
I move we approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
There's a motion by Commissioner Ryan, seconded by Commissioner Nemi to approve the agenda. Any further discussion on this? Ryan, Commissioner Nemi, any further?
None.
Any other commissioner? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Pass 6-0. Tonight we got some announcements that I have to pass on to the public. So I'll start off with the current opening on volunteer committees and boards. City of Marquette Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, there's one opening. Elections Board, one opening. Investment Advisory Board, one opening. Local Officers Compensation Commission, two openings. Park and Recreation Advisory Board, one Marquette School Representative, one opening. Police Fire Pension Board, one opening. Public Works Advisory Board, four openings. Senior Service Task Force, three openings. Traffic Parking Advisory Committee, one opening. Here I got some announcements. And on announcements, that's all right. Just a pre-warm-up for what we're going to have. Anyways, I got 5 different announcements that I have to pass on. So on Monday, January 31st, there will be a public hearing on the City of Marquette Drinking Water Revolving Fund and Clean Water State Revolving Fund project plan for Island Beach Road and Brule Road water and sewer improvements. The hearings begin at 7 p.m. in Commission chambers. The public is encouraged to attend. The project plan is available for review in the City of Marquette's Community Development Office. Residents are reminded that city crews will not be picking up discarded Christmas trees. Residents need to drop off their trees at the west end of Lakeview Arena's parking lot or at the Berga Avenue ice rink. In both cases, they need to be placed inside the orange fencing with all decorations and stands removed. This needs to be done by January 16th. Again, DPW staff will not be picking up these trees. Number 3, residents are encouraged to vote for Marquette in the Reader's Digest We Hear You America contest. Go to rd.com, click on What Does Your Town Need, add the city's zip code of 49855, and then click on Cheer to help us qualify for winning part of the $5 million be given away to municipalities throughout the country. Please vote every day to help us win. Number 4, the City of Marquette Arts and Culture Center Youth Theater Program will present Alice in Wonderland on January 29th and 30th at Kaufman Auditorium. Tickets are now on sale at the gift shop in the lower level of the Peter White Public Library or by calling 228-0472. This is a great event for the entire family. And number 5, the city has received word that we'll be receiving small urban program funding through MDOT for East Washington Street during 2012 and for Hewitt Avenue between Spruce and Lakeshore Boulevard during 2014. Just a couple more announcements coming up here. Wednesday, January 12th, from 10 a.m. to noon in a community room at the Peter White Public Library, the city manager community meeting, open office hours, and his staff will be there for residents who has any concerns and who would like to attend to bring up different subjects of whichever they would wish to address. So kind of put this in your memory bank on Wednesday, January 12th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Peter White Public Library and meet with the city manager and his staff. Also, Tuesday, January 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the Citizens Forum Room, Lakeview Arena, there'll be a joint meeting with Board of Light and Power and the Marquette City Commission. And this will be discussed among both departments and or boards, and the public is welcome to attend for their input also. So this will be very important meeting, Tuesday, January 18th, 5:30 p.m. at the Citizens Forum Room, Lakeview Arena, between the Board of Light and Power and the Marquette City Commission. At this time, I'd like to have Jim Edwards and Nina Ipner and Anna Morrison to come up from the UP Children's Museum, explainer of the quarter. So if you three would like to come up, I'll meet you up at the Diaz. Come on over, get in the camera here. You want to come in here? Oh, camera person. Okay. On behalf of the City of Marquette, City Commission, and all the residents of Marquette, in a certificate of appreciation presented to Anna Morrison, outstanding UP Children's Museum explainer of the quarter. Now, this here, you want to hold that up so everybody can get the picture, and then I'm going to have Jim Edwards make a couple comments, and then I'll have Anna Morrison give us a little speech. So, Jim, would you come over here?
You always give us gifts, and I want to present Anna, who's the first time we can present a hat trick. As well as being an explainer and a senior explainer at the Children's Museum, Anna's now joined the senior team of 818 Media, second program at the Children's Museum. So she makes articles like this happen in Marquette Monthly, And in February's edition, you can see an article by Anna about Donkers celebrating 100 years of being family friendly. Shameless self-promotion. And also, the third program, the Making It a Hat Trick, would be that Anna is a member of our new program, an entrepreneur program called Kid Business. So she's been developing icebreakers that are beads, bracelets, and so we'll give you a gift because we know you like wearing bracelets and things.
Well,
Jewelry.
well, thank you very much.
But there's one for Commissioner Ryan as well.
Thank you very much, Jim. Also, I'd like to, again, congratulate Anna Morrison on this achievement. And we're all very proud of you. And if you would like to come up and say a couple of things to the people out there in TV land, you're more than welcome.
It's just 6 million people.
Well, the day before the new museum store Sprout opened, I had been working all day to make all the bracelets because I was trying to get a bunch of them in there for the opening day. And my friends Caitlin and Palm Cook helped me with that, and we sat all day making millions of bracelets, and they were bored out of their minds, and we just really almost had a good time with that, but we're really appreciative of them with that. Yep.
Well, thank you very much again. Like I say, we're all very proud of you.
Thanks.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have the Marquette County Senior Service Provider Networks come up here. I wrote your names down on a tablet, and I left it at the desk. I had a senior moment, so if you could introduce these people.
First, I want to thank you for letting us come tonight and share some our video that we've been working on. I'm Lori Stevens-Brown. I work for AMCAB Senior Meals Program, which does Meals on Wheels and things like that. And I'll let each of us introduce ourselves.
I'm Ruth Almain. I'm the Regional Director for the UP Office of the Alzheimer's Association.
I'm Lisa Belko. I'm the Social Work Coordinator here at the Marquette Senior Center.
I'm Paul Ginden. I'm the Director of Community Services for Upper Peninsula Home Health, Hospice, and Private Duty.
Here's Sandy, no, school principal.
I am George Ruska, and I am the retired principal from Sandy Knoll. And I'm just here to say a few things about the services that are provided by the Senior Center. So.
Okay, thanks everybody. Now, if you want to go on with the program.
Speakers.
Guys got in here. You have to stay over here.
Speakers need to be in.
My name is Carl Eloquent, host of the Finley County TV show seen here on WSC TV6, and most certainly one of the many senior citizens of the Marquette County area. Today I'm very pleased to be able to represent the cooperating agencies of Marquette Senior Services Network. First of all, this network of senior agencies wishes to express appreciation for your past support, whether you are a federal, state, or county agency, or a generous citizen. We extend our thanks to you. Second, in the name of some 13,000 senior citizens of Marquette County, perhaps including your mom, your grandfather, or an uncle or aunt, or a close friend, we are seeking your continued support, especially during these challenging economic times. To make our dollars stretch, our agencies are banding together as never before. For instance, a homebound citizen may require not only medical supervision, but transportation, meals, companionship, and other needs. We are seeking your help to fill these needs.
The Senior Center
that lady in the blue sweater that was talking, that was George Ruska's mother. That is 92 years young.
94.
Okay, 94 years young. Thank you. Is there anything else you wish to say?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that after retirement, one of my duties became watching after the affairs of my 94-year-old mother, who continues at this time to live at Tourville Apartments. And I guess my basic reason for being here is just to extend my appreciation to the City Commission here and the people of Marquette who support the Marquette Senior Center, because my mother has had a great deal of difficulties with medical issues, and to try and navigate the entire system by yourself is a very difficult and trying proposition. And I was fortunate. I tried to recall exactly who directed me or how I got directed to the senior center here, but it has been a godsend. And to all who have supported, continue to support, and will continue to support the senior center, I say give a heartfelt thanks, and hope that we'll continue to see the senior center. And we know that monies are always tight, but continue to see the senior center and all the services that help our senior citizens to stay in their own homes or own apartments continue, so that they can stay there. Thank you very much.
That was only about the first minute of our video. I'm not sure if the rest of it's going to come back on. If that finished loaded, it won't come on. There's a handout that we have that Lisa is bringing around, and that gives an address on there, I believe, where you can see the video. Is the address on there, Paul?
If not, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's a 5-minute video, and what we did was highlight the services that are available in Marquette County. And I want to talk about the group.
A couple of us had the idea that we should try to coordinate our services better, and those of us who provide services to seniors and the aging in this community. And so we said, let's call a meeting and see who comes. And with the idea that truly together we're stronger and better than we are by ourselves. So we get together and share information about our services. We talk about funding opportunities, and again, looking down the road together about knowing what the upcoming needs are. So part of this video was to get to the legislators to talk about the importance of this. And again, nothing can be said better than Mr. Ruska did, and we really appreciate his participation and the participation of other families in the community in this. And it has been shown to some legislators. We're preparing again to do that, both locally and statewide. And again, thank you for the opportunity, and at any time we're happy to answer any other questions people might have.
Would you like to make a comment?
Just one. Besides the importance of the collaboration of services, another thing that the video really highlights is the money saving that happens through the collaboration and through the home services. So I really encourage you to check out that video. It's got a lot of the actual facts of numbers that are saved through home services versus nursing homes or hospitalizations.
Thank you very much. Would you like to come up? George, any further comment? Anybody else up here like to say anything? Okay, we thank you very much for coming up here, giving us that presentation. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to have a recognition of outgoing member Dave Danis from Downtown Development Authority come up to the dais. We thank you very much, you know, Dave, for all the things that you do for the community and all the times that you volunteer to serve on different committees. And in our appreciation, we'd like to present to you a City of Marquette Certificate of Appreciation presented to Dave Dennis for volunteer effort on the Downtown Development Authority. Thank you for the hard work and dedication in serving the citizens of this community. Now, if you'd like to hold that up, up a little bit more so they can get some pictures, please. And Dave has been very, very active, not just in the DDA area, but throughout Marquette County, and we thank him very much. And I had just read off several board openings, and hopefully Dave will come back before the end of the meeting and say which one he would like to serve on. We thank you very much for stepping up to the plate again, Dave. Thank you. Also, another senior moment. Thank you, the senior committee, for keeping everything going. But anyways, we also have City of Marquette, the Superior Location T-shirt, and an ink pen with a city button with it. So thank you very much for everything you've done, and we will keep a seat open for you. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, John.
Dave Dennis.
Thank you.
Thank you again. At this time, we got 6 new members that are coming aboard to serve on different committees. Carol Johnson is going to be on the Hospital Finance Authority. Randy Larson, you people that are here, would you please come up to the DS? Randy Larson, Downtown Development Authority. William Bill Attrick, Downtown Development Authority. Jeremy Hansen, Downtown Development Authority. Jamie Michaels, Senior Service Task Force. And Jean Perante, Senior Service Task Force. What I like to do first is give the women their ink pen and city logo button. So if Carol Johnson come up here first. And we thank you very much for volunteering your time, and request that you say something to the city commission. Would you please do that?
Sure. I thank you very much for this opportunity to serve the Hospital Finance Authority. Previously have had a significant amount of healthcare experience and am now a professor at Northern Michigan University, so this should be a great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carol. Next, I'd like to have Jamie Michaels come up, and I'll present her with a city pen and a button. And thank you very much, Jamie, for volunteering. Jamie's going to be on a senior service task force and help people that have senior moments. So would you like to make a comment or two?
Certainly. I just would like to thank everybody for having this opportunity. I look forward to serving on the board for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you again, Jamie. And Jean Perante, Senior Service Task Force. I would like to present a city ink pen and a button, and thank you for coming aboard. And please make a comment for the city commissioners, please.
Hi, it's great to be here, and I do want to thank everybody for the opportunity. I look forward to working with the Senior Task Force Committee, and I think there's a few challenges ahead of us, so it should be a great year. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to have Randy Larson, who's volunteered to be on the Downtown Development Authority. If you'd come up to the DS, and I'll present him with the ink pen and the city logo button, and Randy will be more than happy to comment about why he wants to serve on the DDA. Thank you.
Being a downtown business owner, it's a really good opportunity, and I look forward to serving, and hopefully we can keep the downtown moving forward.
Again, we thank Randy Larson for stepping up to the plate to do this. Next, I'd like to have William Bill Hattrick, also serving on the Downtown Development Authority, and I'll present him with the ink pen and a city logo button. Thank you very much, Bill. And I know Bill would like to comment also. Thank you, Bill.
Very eloquently stated, Pro Tem Mayor. I want to tell the City Commission I appreciate the collaborative efforts with the DDA and the support that they have given the DDA over the last couple of decades. I think it started in 1976. And certainly not only the City Commission, but the staff of the City of Marquette. I've always appreciated the effort and the professionalism and the collaboration. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to, this is my third term on the DDA, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bill Attrick. He has served on many different committees in the past, so we appreciate him stepping up to the plate. And we also have Jeremy Hansen, who is going to serve on the Downtown Development Authority. Jeremy?
Thanks, John.
Thank you for coming aboard. Here's an ink pen and a city logo. And will you please give us your thoughts?
Thank you. Clearly, I'm much younger than my colleagues here that I'll be serving with. But I appreciate the opportunity, being a guy who was born and raised in this area. Very fond memories of the downtown area, spending many times on my bike as a kid hanging out downtown. And hopefully now I'm in the position to be able to give back to the community as a business owner here and learn a few things along the way. But I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you again, Jeremy Hansen. We appreciate all of you people that have stepped up to the plate to work for the City of Marquette and volunteered for the committees that you are now appointed to. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At this time, we have two appointments. One for Christopher Bowles, and that is for Park and Recreation Advisory Board to fill a vacancy for a term ending January 29th, 2012. And we have a second appointment of Ziora Hall for Senior Service Task Force to fill a vacancy for a term ending January 1st, 2012. At this time, I would request some kind of a motion by one of our commissioners. Is there a motion? Commissioner Ryan?
I would move that we appoint Christopher Bowes to the Park and Recreation Advisory Board and Sierra Hull to the Senior Service Task Force for the terms indicated.
Is there a second? Commissioner Stonehouse, thank you.
I will second the motion.
Commissioner Ryan, any further discussion?
No, just glad to have these people stepping forward to fill these positions.
Commissioner Stonehouse?
Nothing further.
Any other commissioner? Seeing none, I ask all in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed? Motion passes 6-0. At this time, we have a reappointment. Jackie Linkins to the Park and Rec Advisory Board for term ending January 29th, 2014. Is there a motion on this? Commissioner Namey?
I'll move, Your Honor, that we appoint Jackie Likens to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board for term ending January 29, 2014.
Okay, thank you. A second? Commissioner Snyder?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Commissioner Namey, any further?
I'd just like to thank Ms. Likens for coming forward and being willing to give of her time on behalf of the city.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Snyder?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Any other commissioner got any comments? Seeing none, I'll ask a question. All in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed? Motion passes 6-0. At this time, we'll have public comment, which comments may not exceed 3 minutes per person. Citizens may reserve time to speak on agenda items. This may result in the item being moved up on agenda at the Mayor Pro Tem's discretion. Mr. Potvin.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight. I'd like to call attention to anyone that's listening to read
Mr. Potvin, point of order, just as a matter, just by rule, if you could give us your
I'm
home
sorry,
address.
Don Potvin, 1027 Front Street, Marquette. I've always done it, I guess I forgot. Anyway, I'd like to call attention that you reread the January 6th issue of the Mining Journal headlining Growing Tax Base. I have given out 2 handouts to each of you here that I had presented to commissioners earlier, and you'll see the dates that they're sometime in 2009. First of all, with the heading of this thing here, excess properties to tax rolls is a priority. I didn't see the meeting, so I don't know who spoke, but I understand that 2 people spoke in favor of it initially, Mr. St. Ange and Mr. Ryan. Who did what, I don't know, but I thank you for doing this. But I would like to, and I want to commend you for it, but I would like to say these are things that have been said before here. I said them. If you'll read those articles or those handouts that I gave you, you'll see some of the things there pertain to budget and some to selling property, etc. And I would only like to say I'm happy for you now. You're picking it up, and I hope you run with it and get something done. But at the time I presented it, and I think all except Mr. Snyder and Mr. St. Ange were here, at least in one of the things, if not 2, not a commissioner gave me a nod on any of those things, nor did our then current manager, lady manager. So these are not new ideas, but the main point is that it's finally being addressed, and I want it to happen. I don't care whose idea it is. But something must be done. It must be done soon. I hope that you run with it and get it done. And I suggested way back when also that a DVD be made showing all excess properties, including the location, the size, the zoning, any amenities, any restrictions, ballpark of the costs for sale, all of those pertinent and revealing insights into those pieces of property so that they might facilitate being sold. I only have to ask, what happened to that idea? I was told that the DVD was made. What did you do with it? Did you promote it? Did you find realtors to use it? Did you do anything? It doesn't look like it. I hope now this will get done. I would suggest that what you do is have an open listing with all realty offices, with all of the properties that are involved, with some ballpark figures that they should be able to give to you to get you started. They're only ballparks. Offers and acceptance are the key word in the bottom line. But get started, and let's get them on the ball, and let's get them out for people. Let's get these realtors promoting them. You have a sign out there by the blood factory out north in the Dow. There's been a sign there by one realtor from Select Realty, I think. It's sat there for I can't even tell you how many years. And I wonder, has there ever been an inquiry? Has he ever made a promotion to try to sell it or anything? I would suggest take that away from that person and give it to the whole group along with all of the other properties and see if they can't sell them. I would just like to tell you that the next time I come here, I have a presentation of some other properties and some other ways to increase the tax base of the city of Marquette, and I'd like to talk to you about some new wrinkles in financing that the city could apply to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Potvin. Anybody else wishing to speak at this time? Could we also have your name and address, please?
Kevin McLaughlin, 2262 Huron Street.
We were interested in purchasing some property that's behind our home from the city of Marquette. This fall, we inquired about the property at the city planning and zoning office. After some investigating, we were told that the property was surplus property, and if we were interested in it, to send a letter of intent to Mr. Dennis Statuich. After sending that letter, I was contacted by the city assessor, Mrs. Susan Bovan, and we met and discussed the property that we were interested in purchasing. After her review, she recommended to us that for the best interest of the city, that we put an offer in for a larger piece that also included the piece we were interested in. Now, after discussing with her the larger piece, a fair market value range was established, and that's what we based our offer off of. Now, on December 7th, our offer went in front of the City Planning Commission, and it was denied. Our offer is flexible, and we're here tonight to ask the City Commission if it can be placed on a future agenda to see if it can be sold to us, either the original piece that we inquired on or the piece that Mrs. Bovan recommended us to offer on.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Anybody else wishing to address commission at this time? May we have a name and address, please?
Frank Jeff Verito, 350 East Ridge Street, Marquette. These are my opinions. After your December 13th meeting, a member stated that all comments should address the entire commission without signaling out specific members. You'd accuse me of name-calling, when in fact I only used names because your predecessors requested that their actual names not be used. The sole objective is to make those closest to the situations aware of whom my comments referred to. To satisfy your latest request, I'll refer to all members as either you or a member. In other words, the misgivings of any member will be applied to you all as one. There will be no new philosophy incorporated onto the commission, because to date it's the same old, with all seven in such close agreement. There's no opportunity for healthy debate, nor for the dissemination of more than one side of a given issue. December 13th, a member suggested that my comments violated your rules in terms of name-calling, language, courtesy, and not sticking to the agenda. Throughout each of my 171 appearances, I've spoken suitably for an 8-year-old. And general comments can pertain to any aspect of the city or city government. You're sadly mistaken if you feel your rules supersede our free speech rights or the Constitution that you're sworn to uphold. Your closing comments of December 13th suggested the contrary. An attorney who viewed our December 13th meeting found no problem with the way I addressed you, to the point that he's offered to represent me should you carry this unfortunate matter further. He also mentioned that you ought to show your constituents courtesy before you expect them to show courtesy toward you. Not only has he won justice for past victims of this board, but he's agreed that the word courteous is too subjective. You're advised to change the word courteous in your rules of procedure to the word reasonable. You seem to forget that these meetings are recorded, and the court will decide according to what's actually on the record, not according to how you interpreted it. Remember that I've always wanted the public record delved into, while you desperately have not. December 13th, we observed yet again how you divert public attention onto me instead of the issues at hand, and how you treat the public differently based upon who said what rather than the validity of what is said. The positive things I say blow right by you, such as the beauty of our city, our public lake shore, the new manager, and the competence of our city staff. Recently, you brought attention to the copies of the historic documents on the east wall. Yet, as you demonstrated December 13th, you're more concerned about protecting yourselves than in protecting the fundamentals upon which this country was founded.
Thank you, Mr. Verto. Anybody else wishing to address commission at this time? Anybody else wishing to address the commission at this time? Seeing none at this time, we'll move on to the consent agenda. City Clerk, would you like to read the 2 items?
Yes, Your Honor. Item A, approve the minutes of the January 5th, 2011 special commission meeting, and item B, approve the total bills payable in the amount of $503,221.52.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Commissioner Ryan?
I move the consent agenda be approved.
Is there a second? Commissioner St. Ange.
I will second the motion.
Thank you. Commissioner Ryan, any further
No
discussion?
further comment.
Commissioner St. Ange?
Nothing to add, thank you.
Any other commissioner? Seeing none. All in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed, motion passes 6-0. At this time, before we go into closed session, because due to the fact that we really don't know how long we're going to be in closed session, I'd like to move up public comment, which should be limited to 5 minutes per person. Is there anybody wishing to address the City Commission at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Don Potvin, 1027 Front. I didn't turn the page over on the agenda, so I noticed something I'd like to make an inquiry of. I would like to be apprised of what pursuant to MCL 15.268 is when you can consider material exempt from disclosure by state or federal statute about an audit proposal. Is this a purchase of an audit, limited to one company or something? Or what is the reason it has to be or that you're allowed to have a closed session on? Who could give me an idea on that?
We're not allowed to comment at this time. It's your public comment.
I think you can because you have an attorney present. You've got an auditor present. After the fact, after you have the closed meeting, it's too late to react to it.
We're not allowed to have question and answer at this time.
I think you should do it.
Thank you, Mr. Potvin. Anybody else wishing to address the commission at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Frank Jeff Verito, 350 East Ridge Street, Marquette. These are my opinions. Tonight's comments may warrant repetition at a later meeting on account of two major absences. December 13th, a member alleged my closing comment exceeded the time limit by 20 seconds. Although there's no reason to disbelieve him, he suggested after the meeting that my comments routinely exceed the limit, which is untrue because the comments are timed prior to the meetings. I recently asked him when our time officially begins. He in turn asked me when I felt the time should begin. We agreed to begin the time after our addresses because giving our addresses recently became mandatory and are not part of the comment. Instead, he began our time from the citizen's first utterance, if not sooner. When confronted, he said the address accounted for only some of the excess 20 seconds. The fact remains that he didn't start the time when he said he would. I've always believed in adhering to the generous time limits. However, no issue was ever made of the limit until a second citizen began speaking out against the commission. And we know that not many citizens are waiting to speak. In fact, the opposite is true. So the time dedicated to citizen comment is seldom an issue. We've had cases where discourteous members have caused time-consuming interruptions by not paying adequate attention, which is the commission's fault. The vast majority of my comments end on time, and I've never once intended to exceed the limit. It's odd you started to enforce the limit on citizens who are critical of the commission when others were previously allowed to ramble on. Another recent example of how you treat certain citizens differently occurred when a member accused me of attacking the audience. He misused me to divert attention off the key issues in order for him to appear citizen-oriented, when in fact I'm the one here fighting for all citizens' free speech rights, including those who compliment you. Your hearing is subjective to the point that you never realized that the one citizen habitually commented on my comments first, which the record will attest. This was the easiest problem you could have ever nipped in the bud a year ago had you simply told him not to allude to me during his comments. Following 2 meetings in a row, board members have gone out of their ways to harass me. The November 29th incident is on record and led to the accused member's alleged attempt to restrict our free speech rights on December 13th. After the December 13th meeting, as I spoke to one member in a constructive manner about how we might reach an understanding, a second member barked at me out of the blue, stating that he doesn't care what I think. You were your own witnesses to this unprovoked instigation. You toss around terms like courtesy and standards of conduct hypocritically. Please practice your own rules. Demonstrate courtesy by lending the consideration to those who take the time to prepare comments and by addressing the many public concerns that warrant responses. Your closing comments of December 13th indicate that you're more concerned with the public's perception of you than you are with the issues we raise or in upholding a democracy. Your placing blame on citizens diverts attention from the more important issues, which include the Blaker Street Tower, the Picnic Rocks drownings, the loading of our boards, your utilization of tax dollars to fight against us on unnecessary legal situations, and your endorsements of unwanted mine and unwanted road that aren't even in the city limits, all to avert a traffic situation that wouldn't likely impact the city either way. I was ready to stop appearing at your meetings because it's evident that you're not responding. The city staff, competent as they are, cannot risk their jobs to agree, even after I helped them rid themselves of an evil dictator 2 managers ago. The few media members can only report what's politically correct, and the small audience is generally present only for their specific agenda items. The matter boils down to how many people are watching at home. By accident, I learned that the people's attorney watched on December 13th. Just as important as him offering his help to assure that you uphold our free speech rights is the fact that members of the public are still watching.
Thank you, Mr. Virgil. Is there anybody else wishing to address commission at this time? Anybody else wishing to address commission at this time? Seeing none, we'll now have a motion to go into closed session.
Your Honor, if I may.
Go ahead.
I think Mr. Potvin's request deserves a response by us. I can understand the protocol of not commenting during the public comment period, but given the fact that we're out of that period of time, I would ask that the city attorney provide a response to the question, because quite frankly, I don't know the answer either.
City Attorney, could you address that issue?
Yes, Your Honor. I would look to Mr. Simpson to correct me, but if I'm wrong, the topic audit proposal, I think the audit has already was already commissioned, and this is a report. Is that not correct? And this, the material that's part of this report relate to the ongoing security of the city, and that's where the exemption comes for material that's exempt from disclosure under state or federal statute. And that's what I know of it. Would you agree, Mr. Bergman? Yeah. Right. And we're not seeking proposals for auditors. I mean, it may have been teed up wrong in the sense of the way it's captioned, but that's not what it's about.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Is there a motion to go into closed session? Commissioner Stonehouse?
I motion that to go to closed session pursuant to MCL 15.268 Bow Leg H to consider material exempt from disclosure by state or federal statute, end quote.
Thank you. Commissioner Snyder?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you very much. Anything further, Commissioner Stonehouse?
No.
Commissioner Snyder, anything further?
Nothing further.
Any other commissioner? Okay, let's have roll call.
Yes, Your Honor. Commissioner Anemi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ryan?
Yes.
Commissioner St. Ange?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Commissioner Stonehouse?
Yes.
And Mayor Pro Tem DePietro?
Yes.
It's unanimous, Your Honor.
At this time, would Master at Arms clear the room?
Thank you much.
Yeah, I don't see no.